ॐ आनन्दमयी चैतन्यमयी सत्यमयी परमे Vande Mataram. The topic of this evening's discussion will be on the bars on the path. Very interesting topic, very touching topic. This is the most valuable topic for those who are pursuing this integral yoga. So we must know in reality what are the bars. Of course, in everything we can be able to discuss within this short span of time. Almost in quarter an hour discussion, it is not at all possible to complete up the topic in at a stretch. So of course we'll try to go a little bit in detail into the depth of this topic. So very interesting topic, of course, almost everybody should know. Imagination is not that much helpful in as the reality. Things are there, so many things are there. They seem to be helpers, but really they are the bars. Or initially something are there, they are actually helpful to the utmost, to the very to its zenith. They are helpful. They have helped. But things are that once upon a time, once this line is crossed, then what happens? Actually, they turn the bars. So naturally, we will go in details for that topic of the bars on the path. So let us go. Think must be known, must be understood, must be clarified in detail. Because blindly we are going, that is not the track. Of course we are not going, it is on the way. We are since births or since centuries, with all the preparations we are going, and mother and Sri Aurobindo are there. Of course they are guiding our path. Thing that still then it is told by Sri Aurobindo, as long as the lower nature is active, the personal effort of the sadhak remains necessary. And to cross the one step, and before going to the second step, then naturally this initial step must be mastered. So there must be a consistency. We must gain mastery over that one. Otherwise, there will be a downward pull, and the downward pull of the inconscient that will create the idiot our destroys what centuries back. Naturally, we will go for that, and we will discuss in detail. Already, Sri Aurobindo, we have quoted Sri Aurobindo, we have known five things are there. Sri Aurobindo in different periods, in different point of time, in different contexts. Sri Aurobindo has clarified one is that animal was the helper, animal is the bar, number one. Ego was the helper, and ego is the bar, second. Effort was the helper, and effort is the bar, third. Then next one comes fourth. Region was the helper, region is the bar, and finally at number five, fifth one is desire was the helper, desire is the bar. So still in the course of these five great things, great words and great aspects, that once upon a time they were helpers, and now they are standing as bars, like animal, ego, effort, region, and desire. They were actually helpers, and now they stand as the bars. We'll go and quote little bit on this one. Sri Aurobindo clarifies, of course, in these writings, thoughts and glimpses. On volume 16, page 377, Sri Aurobindo has clarified a couple of things on it, little bit. When we have passed beyond enjoyings, initial thing. When we have passed beyond enjoyings, then we shall have bliss. When we shall have bliss. Initially, we have the wrong idea, wrong concept that if we go for this joy, then we have enjoyings like this. So joy of enjoyings like this. But Sri Aurobindo quotes not joy about the bliss. When we have passed beyond enjoyings, these enjoyings, when we have passed, we have crossed the point of these enjoyings, Beyond enjoyings, when we have passed, then we shall have bliss. Then what happens? Desire was the helper for these enjoyings. Now desire is the bar, because desire has no place in the true bliss. It has absolutely no role to play. It has no position at all. So it comes as a barrier. So desire is the bar there. Second, Sri Aurobindo quotes and tries to explain. When we have passed beyond individualizing, that individualizing, that ego is there, that egocentric consciousness is there, thought is there. When we have passed beyond individualizing, then we shall have real persons. Once we have passed, as long as we have not passed individualizing, so we have got that mixture is there. So when we have passed beyond individualizing, then we shall have the real person. Then what happens? Personalization, persons, individualization, these are the things. Ego was the helper. Now once this individualizing point is crossed, we have passed beyond. Then we shall have the real person. With the real person and real personality, ego has no place. It was the once upon a time, within the part of the individualization, that point it was the helper. Now in real person and real personality, it has no role to play. It is the bar. Third, Sri Aurobindo quotes, when we have passed beyond the humanity, that is the greater concept, when we have passed beyond the humanity, then we shall be the man. Not is a capital N. We not yet. We are just subsurface or subsurface man. But when we have passed beyond the humanity, then we shall have man. Then animal was the helper. Animal was here helper when we were within the humanity. Then after becoming the man, animal and animality has no place there. It has no role to play. So it becomes the bar. We will a little bit go ahead. Really, what is the point of discussion we are discussing here? That a couple of things will touch. Each step forward is a battle. Sri Aurobindo quotes explains beautifully. Each step forward is a battle. Of course, before this one more message is there. Inching forward, moving 1 inch forward, it needs there is a lot of resistance, lot of tussle, lot of struggle is there. So Sri Aurobindo quotes again after inching forward, each step forward is a battle. Even the but Sri Aurobindo assures a free and natural growth is the condition of the genuine development. We are in the process of development, and Sri Aurobindo quotes the phrase genuine development. A free and natural growth is the condition of the genuine development, but that is not possible. That is next to impossible in this present arena, present point of time. If you are no longer disturbed by what you people say or do, things are going on. कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना. They must to say something, because initially they were helpers. They were pressures. They were pressing you. Now itself they are actually standing as a bar against you, your deeds. So if you are no longer disturbed by what people say or do, then actually that is a great progress. Sri Aurobindo quotes, these obstacles, these dangers, they are not permanent. So even the worst obstacle in the end disappear before the a will that never falters. So you must have a will that never falters, unfaltering will. If it is there, naturally the greatest and worst obstacle at last disappear. Then Sri Aurobindo quotes very interestingly, aspire intensely but without impatience. So aspiration, it is not like a desire. Desire is the child heart's crying for bliss. But aspiration shows the image of a crown. So you must aspire. That is in the yogic process. Is aspiration is the helpful, that is requirement, that is the most valuable thing, but desire has no place. Aspire, definitely aspire, but aspire intensely but without impatience. A sincere aspiration has its effect. So effective aspiration is sincere aspiration, and you must aspire intensely, but that must not be any impatience. Again we will go for the topic, all becoming is an unfolding. So we are keeping things that are in a folding stage. We have to unfold it. Each becoming is an unfolding. Only the ignorant soul that will make itself the slave of the book. So thing is that it is like a integral, an integral yoga. Many things have been, so entire thing it includes entire, where all the yogas end, their integral start, yoga starts begins. Anyway, we'll go a little bit detail. God speaks to the heart when brain is can understand, when brain can't understand him. So brain, this mental phenomenon, mental process, everything, this intellectual process, of course intellectual, it is foreign from the ignorance. But the thing is that God speaks to the heart, because in the heart that divine spark, the psychic being is there. God spark speaks to the heart when the brain is can't understand him, because brain it has not the power, it is the creation of this surface mind, and also with this it is not that much, it has not that base, no that much power to understand. Then Sri Aurobindo quotes again, what is the really, couple of things we'll discuss. Defeat is not the end, it is only gate or a beginning. Sometimes we get defeated because we know, when Sri Aurobindo had spoken, that is a two side of the one coin, defeat and with victory. So many times we, to get a big victory, naturally before it many types of losses are there, defeats are there. So without defeat, very difficult, no, nobody can actually achieve the victory. So if somebody can, trust not the man who says that I have never failed in my life. Never trust them, because failure is there, failure is the pillar of success. So, and don't, for that you need not be in panic, because all splendid failures sum to the victories, that's there in the course. That's splendid failures. So don't try to go for the ordinary failures, so that you will take in the mind, take it for granted that it will be counted as the splendid victory. No, all splendid failures come to the victory, because God sends for this drama, for this fight, means he knows how our capacity, and when we have to falter and when we have to do, because God is of course in us. Defeat is not the end, it is a gate or a beginning, just a beginning. It is to go forward, to limp forward, leap forward. Don't dwell much on the defect of others, it is not helpful. So try to see where if we are seeing something, some wrong with others, that means that definitely that wrong is not there with others, it is there with us. When we are indicating a finger to others, means that other four fingers of our hand is indicating towards us. Depression obstructs the inner light, so it is no way helpful. Here in the course here, depression obstructs the inner light. In place of the desire, there must be a single-minded and aspiration towards the divine. Single-minded aspiration in place of the desire. Desire has no place, absolutely no place in the process of this sadhana. So there, in place of this desire, there must be single-minded aspiration towards the divine. Nothing can be destroyed destroyed. For all all is he who is forever. So that the tiny things I have lost, I have done the things, it is destroyed. Nothing like this, because everything, God is everywhere in everything. Difficulty is no proof of that incompetence. So don't stay much on the difficulty. Don't break down. It is no proof that it is proof of your incompetency. Then be faithful and you will conquer. That is the great process there in the course. The sin of the mind is the secret cause of the sin of the body. So body of course commits the sin, but it is not the initial thing. The sin of the mind, the idea of the sin, it is developed only in the mind. Or then doubt exists for its own sake. So you are not there. When we feel that darkness is there, it is due to the incapacity of our sense organs. Information can't be the foundation of intelligence. Intellect, it comes from the ignorance. So we have to be very cautious, very while processing. Thank you.